On this week's episode, did Morpheus take the red pill or the blue pill? A preview of WWE's SummerSlam, and special effects legend Kevin Pike joins us. All this and more as we reach our next stop, the PCC Multiverse. And we're back with another episode of the PCC Multiverse. This is Gerald Glassford from Pop Culture Cosmos and Game Source and the Lakers Fast Break and also Inside Sports Fantasy Football. We truly appreciate everyone out there listening to all of our great shows. And if you can, please give us that 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We truly appreciate it. Plus, also, well, if you can like, share, subscribe, and do whatever you can, even throw us those Facebook gaming stars at us. We truly appreciate it. But it wouldn't be a PCC Multiverse without my good friend. He is our own Flashpoint Batman of Pop Culture Cosmos. You got to check out what he's doing today at popculturecosmos.com. His great podcast that you got to go ahead and also give 5 stars to, the Super BS Gamescast and Topicocalypse. Plus, get his book today, Congratulations You Suck, at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. It is my good friend, the multi-talented Josh Peterson. What's up, man?
What is up? So I don't know if you heard the news. Our friends from Supernatural are, or one of them at least, is going to The Boys. How do you feel about that?
I saw that. That was a little tidbit going out earlier this week. He's going to play a original Captain America type character-ish, at least a play off of him. So that's going to be interesting. But that's coming up in season 3. So I'm interested to see what dynamic that he's going to bring. They're going to make mentions of him at certain points of time during season 2. And I believe there's also a statue of him that was shown in one of the trailers already for season 2. So I'm excited for The Boys season 2 coming next month. And then obviously with the entry that you just talked about coming up in season 3, I believe the actor in question is or has worked with the showrunners behind The Boys. So I think that from Supernatural.
Eric Kripke. Yep,
yeah.
He's the creator of Supernatural.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, Supernatural has been on for like 100 years, so definitely you're going to get that kind of Supernatural rub when it concerns The Boys. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm seeing what kind of dynamic or what kind of mockery they can make of the Captain America character, because a lot of these characters that they come up with and the storylines and things of that nature are direct shots at the DC and Marvel universe. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to come about when it comes to The Boys, and also as well, for season 2 and season 3. But there's also more superhero talk, as today it was announced that Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman in the Flashpoint film. So I want to hear your thoughts on that real quick, with Ben Affleck coming back in the role of Batman. I told you, my friend, I thought the Batfleck still had more life in him. So I'm glad to see this coming back. I'm glad to see him taking the opportunity to come back. And basically, I understand that he wasn't part of some great films as of yet, but I'm hoping that he'll get the opportunity to go ahead and really flesh out a little bit more that Batman character.
Well, I think that his, his love of the part kind of left when Zack Snyder left. It makes me wonder, like, they just said, I've been following Ray Fisher's tweets, and apparently there's an investigation being launched into Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns and how they treated the cast during the filming of Justice League after Snyder left and Warner Media was merging with Time Warner. Was that their company?
Mm-hmm.
So who knows what will come of that, but I wonder if that had any leaning on Ben Affleck, or if I know he went back to rehab for a bit. So it's really, I don't know, man, but I am really happy to see that he's getting back in the role. I really want to see, I like the dynamic between these characters. I like the dynamic of the Justice League. I like Ben Affleck's Batman, though I'd rather see Christian Bale. I like Ezra Miller's Flash and Henry Cavill's Superman. I really loved the way they all meshed together, and I'm really excited to see what Snyder does with his Snyder Cut. But more importantly, I want to see more Justice League. I want to see this world expanded upon, because they haven't stopped making films with these characters. So I would love to see them come back together and not just say, oh, it's a different world now, it's a standalone film, stuff like that. Like, yeah, have it be a standalone film, but like continue this world that you've made. It's yeah, you've had a few rough patches, but you know, if Zack Snyder's thing ends up being a hit, it could very well revitalize the DCU.
Absolutely. And you and I both are in the same thing, you know, wavelength when it comes to our thought process on this. I would love to see the Justice League overarching storyline be the main, or actually, I don't want to say the main, but be a part of the DCEU once again. All this other side stuff, all these other great stories that they're telling with the Joker and Wonder Woman and the Batman and Flashpoint and all that stuff is great. Shazam, Black Adam, the whole 9 yards. That's great. And we're going to hear more about it on Sunday. And Josh, you and I are going to have wall-to-wall DC Fundome information going nonstop. So everybody's going to get the news items on what happened with DC Fundome on Monday. But I want to tell you this right now. I would love to see a future going forward with a Justice League in it and part of it. And that, I think, is the ultimate goal. As I understand, it's a copy of Marvel. But in essence, DC and Marvel copy each other and have been copying each other for decades. So the ultimate thing is for DC would be a Justice League. Otherwise, really, with all these other stories, they're just other stories, and it's not really going anywhere without an overarching Justice League storyline.
Right, and they're in this unique position right now where Marvel has already told their big story, right? They're set at a point where they're starting over pretty much. And DC has the ability to fill that gap. The big cinematic universe climax, they have the chance to do that because it's going to be 2, 3, maybe 4 years before Marvel gets back to the point of Avengers Endgame. So DC really has a golden opportunity here, and I really hope that they cash in on it, because if they play their cards right, I honestly don't think that the ship is fully sunk. You know, it could, again, if Snyder's cut is successful, this whole thing could be turned around, and we could see something completely different.
Now, I definitely want to see something different, and that is with the advent of a Justice League complete and full, and hopefully we will see more on Sunday, not only with Wonder Woman, not only with the Flashpoint series movie, not only with Black Adam, not only with Shazam, not only with all this other great DC stuff, but Justice League, the Snyder Cut. We're going to see a little bit more from that. We've been seeing teasers, which we're posting on our Pop Culture Cosmos Facebook page, so hopefully you get a chance to check that out. But my friend, I'm really excited for what's coming up in the future if it includes a Justice League. What are your thoughts out there on Justice League? You know, hopefully being a bigger part once again of the DCEU, and what you're looking forward to with the excitement of DC's Fundome, whatever they're calling. I think it's Fandom. DC's Fandome coming up this Sunday, which we're going to have wall-to-wall coverage for you, as far as basically a recap of everything going on Monday's show, the Pop Culture Cosmos. If you have any questions on that, or you just want to let us know your excitement, please share us your thoughts. popculturecosmos@yahoo.com, plus also as well Pop Culture Cosmos, Humanity Media, and Game Source on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Plus, while it's still live, before it gets banned like the rest of the outlet, TikTok as well. Well, we're going to have a great episode today. We're still going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, that came out as a teaser the other day, so we're going to talk quickly about that. Plus also as well, Sam Mitchell. He's going to stop by with a preview of WWE SummerSlam. That's coming up here in a few minutes. At the back end of the show, we're going to have an interview with Kevin Pike, special effects legend, special effects guru. He's been a supervisor, technician. He's been on over, I think, around 173 different credits to his name on IMDb, if you check it out. But some of the most influential pop culture films of all time, including Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, The Last Starfighter, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, and so many others. I'm going to have a chance to get for you guys listening out on audio and for podcasts and radio, I'm going to get a chance to sit down with him on the back end of the show, and I'm going to speak to him about some of the projects that he really, really feels about, and then also where the special effects industry is going from here. Plus, also, Josh and I are going to be talking about no Lawrence Fishburne in Matrix 4. What's up with that? We're going to talk about that at the back end of the show. Josh got an arcade one-up, so I'll have him share his thoughts. And I know Josh has got back to school, teaching and all that, but he looks a little tired already. I think he needs a vacation. What about a Blockbuster Airbnb stay for him coming up in the future? We'll talk about that at the back end of the show as well. But first, my friend, it's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Came out with a teaser the other day. I think this is for them. I think it was a great place to go because we're running out of options in modern or, in this, last 120 years of warfare or, settings and things of that nature. We're running out of options. So the Cold War is, I'm not trying to be controversial or anything, but it's a great place to go. The 80s Cold War. And so Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is, I guess, going to be this year's installment of the Call of Duty Call of Duty series, even though Call of Duty Warzone is out on that. But the regular Call of Duty game is going to be based off of Black Ops Cold War. I wish they would have taken off the Black Ops part of it because Call of Duty Cold War would have been, to me, a little bit better sounding. But I want to hear your thoughts on it. I love the trailer. I think it's one of the best that they've ever done at Activision. It really gets me kind of interested in going through a storyline on that. And I think they beat Battlefield to the punch this time around.
Yeah, when I heard rumors that it was Call of Duty Cold War, I was just imagining the whole game would be, people in their 20s to 40s sitting behind a computer blaming Russia for things. But I'm really glad that the trailer changed my mind about this. It does look good. Looks I don't know. I haven't been excited about a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare, way back in the day. So I mean, this might be something that could possibly bring me back into the series. And from years that I am not a fan of the Call of Duty franchise. So yeah, this is the one I'm actually considering playing.
As am I, my friend, because with us, the most compelling of Call of Duty storylines, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and then the early installments were some of the best campaigns that we've gone through in the latter part of the previous decades gone by. And I'm just interested to see if they can recapture that magic because they went out into space, they went out into the future, they came back into the past, and they're trying to go ahead and reach out and grab an interesting point in time. And this is something, like I said before, really hasn't been done too much in the realm of video games. I think it's almost kind of fresh and a new perspective. I'm really intrigued in. And with Battlefield and the EA series Battlefield kind of searching for all these different types of time frames too as well, I really, as I said before, think they beat them to the punch with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I really am liking this idea. But your thoughts on it? I mean, Call of Duty sells regardless. We say that they're trending down or they're trending up, and they're still selling millions. They've got Call of Duty Warzone. My question to you is, with Call of Duty Warzone, I understand you thought that it's still not as popular as it once was when it first came out. I still think it has a nice base. And will Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War be affected by it because of the fact that they're now splitting even more the Call of Duty brand even further? So will it be a problem with gamers to go ahead and I want to play a $60 game of Call of Duty when I'm already playing a free-to-play game of Call of Duty Warzone?
That's a good question. It might, but then again, just because of the branding, there are people who will buy every Call of Duty game out there, and here's the kind of the cool thing about it is with Call of Duty, you can usually, the trade-in value is usually pretty high for a couple weeks, right? So you buy Call of Duty, a lot of people can play it or play at their friend's house, and if they don't like it, they can trade it in for something else. So, I think Call of Duty fans are kind of like Madden fans. They will buy a new title regardless of whatever circumstances are happening in the market right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friend, I am looking forward to it, and I know you are as well. Once again, it's Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That's coming out, well, I'm assuming late October, early November, like it always does. Like clockwork, death, taxes, and Call of Duty. You pretty much count on it each and every year. That's coming again to consoles everywhere, and I'm assuming there's going to be a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series X. Those different versions will be available as well. Whether or not it's for the price or free upgrade, that's also up for debate. So I'm interested to hear what Activision has to say. I mean, Activision in the past has been kind of greedy, like 2K and EA on some money issues like that. So we'll see what happens with Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Take out the Black Ops, please. Just keep it Call of Duty Cold War. That's the way we like it. But again, we're looking forward to it. For us, who have been out of the Call of Duty series for quite some time, this is something that, for once, we might be interested in returning to a Call of Duty once again. What are your thoughts out there on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War? We want to hear your thoughts. Are you excited to go into the Cold War? I kind of lived through the Cold War and wasn't excited to live through it, but I might be willing to play through it at this point in time. But we want to hear your thoughts.
I watched 13 Days. That was about the Cold War. It wasn't really an exciting movie.
Well, there you go. This will hopefully be more exciting than that. But I want to hear your thoughts out there, everyone. Are you interested in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War? Please let us know. popculturecosmos@yahoo.com. Well, coming up next, we've got Sam Mitchell previewing WWE SummerSlam. After the half hour, it's going to be Kevin Pike, special effects legend. He's going to talk to me about all the great things going on in the world of special effects and his great career. And then after that, what's up with no Morpheus in Matrix 4? Josh got an arcade 1-up and Blockbuster Airbnb on the back end of the show. This is the PCC Multiverse. And we're back to close out the show. This is PCC Multiverse. Want to thank so much Sam Mitchell for previewing WWE SummerSlam and Kevin Pike for stopping by on the show. We're talking about all the great things going on with special effects. My friend, before we head on out, I want to talk to you about no Lawrence Fishburne in Matrix 4. He was quoted the other day at news outlets stating that he was not asked to be a part of the Matrix 4, which I believe Lana Wachowski of the Wachowskis is directing. It's only one Wachowski this time around. So I want to hear your thoughts on no Morpheus. While he's not at the level of Neo as far as importance in the Matrix world, or the Matrix universe, I should say, I still think for me, he is an integral part of the Matrix. And if you're going to have Keanu Reeves, if you're going to have Carrie-Anne Moss, if you're going to have Jada Pinkett Smith, why not have a Lawrence Fishburne in there as well?
Okay, question, and refresh my memory on this. Didn't Morpheus die in the Matrix?
No, he died actually, if you believe the storyline, and if you believe canon, which the Wachowskis approved of, I think perished in a storyline in one of the video games. I think the Matrix Online, if I'm not mistaken. I was reading up on that earlier this week.
Why would
Which
you kill one of your main characters
nobody
in an
remembers and
online
nobody
game?
played. So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Why would you do that in an online video game? So this is weird to me. Lawrence Fishburne, like this is, and I might be the only one, but when I think about the Matrix, I don't even think about Keanu Reeves. I think about Morpheus. You know, just like how menacing and intriguing he was. So it seems weird to me that they wouldn't have him. But then again, like Morpheus kind of lost his significance once, you know, Neo became all powerful. And that was like, I remember watching Revolutions and like I could care less about Morpheus because I was too busy like wondering why they made Neo as powerful as he was and kind of turned him into God. And I didn't really, it kind of removed all the care I had for the character. So yeah, it's weird that there's no Morpheus in there. Is Trinity coming back? Did you say that already?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Jada Pinkett Smith's coming back. Carrie-Anne Moss, of course, Keanu Reeves, but no Lawrence Fishburne. Kind of
weird.
Yeah.
I wonder what the circumstances were behind that.
I think he was a little bit sad. I don't know if he's a little bit bitter, but I think the way it was phrased or the way it was quoted, it just seemed like he could have been part of it. Like maybe he wanted to be a part of it, but unfortunately, either the storyline or something didn't work out, money issues or whatever. You never know really truly 100% behind the scenes what goes on in Hollywood. But it is unfortunate that we have no Lawrence Fishburne in Matrix 4. So,
well, at least we got our Keanu Reeves Fishburne reunion in John Wick, though, right? So
yeah,
that counts for something, I think.
that it does, my friend. That it does. What are your thoughts out there on Lawrence Fishburne not reprising the role of Morpheus in Matrix 4? We want to hear your thoughts. popculturecosmos@yahoo.com. Well, Josh, you are now officially part of the, I guess, collective, the Arcade 1-Up collective, with your recent purchase of an Arcade 1-Up, your thoughts behind it, your initial impressions of it. I mean, it's not the most recent NBA Jam. It is, I think, a 12-1, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't. All I know is what's at Walmart, and it was like the Pac-Man one that I got that also has Galaga.
Well, you see the one I have with the Final Fight right there. So that's the one I have.
Yeah.
Right
Do
now.
they still have those? Like, because that's supposed to have ghosts and goblins on it, right?
Mm-hmm. As I see. Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I would like to. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to invest in another Arcade 1-Up, but like, I like the idea of having ghosts and goblins on an arcade.
If you're able to find it, it's most likely going to be discounted, but I'm not sure. The availability on that, since it's a Series 2, if I'm not mistaken, is kind of hard to come by.
Okay. Yeah, so my initial thoughts on it are, I mean, it's cool. It's from what I've read about it, the Galaga game is based on a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 port of the game. And so it kind of shows up like when you're in the arcade, there's not really a lot of delay when you're pressing the button, but in this, there is a lot of delay. And so you can't do it fires 2 shots at a time. And then you have to you can keep pressing it, but it takes a good 3 to 4 seconds to fire another round. So, I've never experienced that in the arcade before, but, it might just be because it's a console port, but I don't understand why they wouldn't just give you the original arcade masterpiece on there instead of doing something that really isn't that great quality.
I'll tell you what, my friend, it's obviously a cost-cutting measure that they do on several things about it, but it's nice to have. It's a nice feature. Arcade 1-Up is to be commended with, some of the licenses that they've gotten, and your Galaga experience overall. Does it bring back enough memories for you?
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I'm enjoying it. It's a little more difficult to play than, if I went to like a pizza place and played Galaga. That's my only complaint about it. But I don't regret owning it if that's if that's the case.
And I'm looking forward to myself getting more Arcade 1-Ups in the future, or being able to, make it, I guess a little bit more complete experience with some mods and things of that nature going forward on mine. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can do with Arcade 1-Up, or what Arcade 1-Up has to offer in the future, as both of us now are part of the Arcade 1-Up family. So we're looking forward to more great things from Arcade 1-Up going forward. What are your thoughts out there on Arcade 1-Up? Do you have one? Are you enjoying it? Let us know. popculturecosmos@yahoo.com. Well, once again, I want to thank Sam Mitchell for previewing WWE SummerSlam, and Kevin Pike, special effects legend and guru, for sitting down and talking to me for a few minutes. Cannot thank them both. Once again, Monday, Josh and I will have wall-to-wall coverage on our show, The Pop Culture Cosmos, of what went on with DC's Fandom. And I'm looking forward to going ahead and chatting with everybody about the DC prospects and things of that nature. Also, if you want to get a chance, please check out our shows, The Inside Sports Fantasy Football, which is back with Chris Lardieri. Also, as well, the many episodes of the Lakers Fast Break, because we're doing shows each and every day on the NBA playoffs, so stay tuned to that. Rafael Barlow, myself, Laker Tom, we're doing a lot of things on there, and Lakerholics.com. Our good friends at First Entertainment Credit Union with the brand new Lakers debit card. Thank you so much for sharing the news on the debut of that debit card this week. So give them some love at firstent.org/Lakers. But before we head on out, my friend, one last thing. You look a little tired already after a week of school. I think you need a vacation.
I'm sorry. Am I supposed to? Yes. Yes.
Just say yes. When somebody tells you you look like you need a vacation, just say yes.
Oh, it wasn't phrased like a question, so I thought it's just a general
for
fact, and that I always want a vacation. Everybody knows this.
Okay, well, since you do, a great place to try, especially for you with a blockbuster, how should I say? I don't want to say fanaticism, but you are a Blockbuster fan. There's no better place to go than Blockbuster because they're now have set up an Airbnb at the last Blockbuster on Earth. So I want to hear your thoughts on that, my friend. Would you go ahead and spend some time at a Blockbuster Airbnb?
So that depends. I'm thinking about what this looks like, and are there movies inside of this?
I would assume as such, yes. I believe there is a TV set up with old VHS, VCRs, and VHS tapes playing. But then you can also, I'm sure, ask for DVDs as well.
Okay, so that checks off the list. Is there snacks like when you waited in line at Blockbuster? You know, you grab snacks and candy. Does that exist here?
You must be kidding me. I'm assuming in the price that either going to have easy access or it comes with a deal.
Okay, is there a hot tub? Is my next question.
I don't think that's the case because it's inside the store.
I
I don't think they have. I think they have a room enough for a bed.
Mm-hmm. That's a deal breaker. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I would totally stay there.
There you go. That's what I thought.
Would you stay there?
You know, I'm not as much of a Blockbuster fan as you were. I didn't frequent it as much. I did frequent it, but I didn't frequent it as much as you did. But you know what? As far as for nostalgia and to think like I'm going to be like Captain Marvel and crash through the roof late at night at a Blockbuster, you never know. I could have some fun at a Blockbuster Airbnb.
So I just want everyone to know that Gerald pretty much admitted he's a Hollywood video guy. So, let the shunning commence.
I worked at Game Crazy. I ran Game Crazies. What do you expect? It's a sister company.
Okay, that makes sense. Real quick though, before we sign off, do you want to just take a sprint down Rumor Street with me for a second?
We're gonna sprint there real quickly, so go ahead.
Couple updates. All right, in the DC universe, James Wan has stated that Aquaman 2 could be a horror film, and that comes from Cinema Blend. We'll see. I know someone wanted to adapt The Trench into its own film, so anything's possible at this juncture, and I'm sure we'll find out more from DC fandom. Update on the Mass Effect Trilogy remaster. Another week has come and almost gone. No announcement of Mass Effect Trilogy. Now all the sources are saying this comes from PureXbox.com, so take that with a grain of salt. That they're saying that it's going to be announced October 1st and then released in the end of October. So that is kind of a long time to wait to have that confirmed. Last rumor, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Switch remaster coming out. It's been listed on Amazon. This comes from IGN. So if the other rumors are correct and Nintendo does their direct next week, then I feel like we might get a announcement of a Legend of Zelda remaster. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm telling you, man, you're just hurting yourself and you're causing yourself pain with all these Mass Effect Trilogy rumors, man. It just each and every week I'm just
updating the fans, and it helps to keep hope alive.
Okay, I don't have much hope left on that, but I'm hoping that I will be proven wrong. With Aquaman 2, don't mess it up by making a horror film. You just have $1 billion property, one of your first. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up, Warner Brothers. And, I don't know. Just at this point in time, Skyward Sword, they can put anything out on Retro on from Nintendo on the Switch, and it's going to sell. So that would be something, I guess, we probably want to see at some point.
Yeah, they need it. They need some games to come out for the holidays.
That they do, my friend. That they do. But in the meantime, Josh is making his arrangements now for a stay at the Blockbuster Airbnb sometime soon. So for Josh Peterson, this is Gerald Glassford. It's another beautiful day in paradise right here in the PCC Multiverse. We thank you for listening. And here's hoping you have yourself a great